And this is what it takes. This is, I'm serious. It's not like a music theory. It's not like a computer. It's not like you have this like, you know, dial and charts and stuff. It takes this time to do it. But once you get it, you have it. A lot of guitarists that I talk to have the question about how to figure out a vocal melody on the guitar. And today I'm going to show you how to do it with two very different songs and show you how important it is for every guitar player to do this. And there's so many reasons why you should. When you feel like you can't, you can't derive a melody, it's frustrating and you feel like you're missing pieces of the puzzle. But in reality, when you figure out melodies, you're going to realize several things. Number one, music theory is much easier than you think it is, and you'll discover that. Number two, it gives you really good involvement with new phrasing, new ideas, because you're learning someone else's pattern on their vocals, and so it helps with guitar phrasing. Number three, it relaxes your mind when you're developing your own melodies to show you how simple melodies really work. And so it is such a great exercise. It is so worthwhile. It will make you a better musician, and you'll get better and better at this as you do it, and you don't really need to be afraid of all those music theory concepts out there. You just need to follow these rules. So let's get started. The first song that we're going to do a melody to is going to be Jesus, Etc. by Wilco. Fantastic song, and I got to actually go on my computer and bring up the chords right now. And so I want to show you the chord progression first. When you look at the chord, the first thing you're going to do when it comes to learning a melody is you want to play the chords. You want to be able to sit and actually play as if you're the rhythm guitar player or the songwriter and that you want to sing it, right? So we're going to look at the chords first. So we have D minor, A minor, D minor, B flat, F, G minor, and C. And we're just going to do the verse. That's the verse chord. So the first thing you want to do, of course, is play those chords. And you actually want to try and play those chords in two different places. Now, I play them as bar chords, and so now let me see how close I can get them to open position. I'll do it one more time. So we have D minor, A minor, D minor, B flat, F, G minor, I'm going to pull it here, and C. All right, that's our start. The reason you want to do it, and we'll talk about it in a couple of seconds, in two different places is because it's going to expose different chord tones to you, which is what the trick is. Now, before we get there, a lot of people might be thinking, okay, well, what's the key of this? Now, this song has a definite key. So if you bust out your square of stitch, the square of stitch is a retake on the circle of fourths and fifths, which I think makes things a lot easier to understand. It'll be available here. And in case you don't have it, you can take a look at it. You want to try and find, like, do we have a key? And when you look at the circle of fourths, and the chords involved, you can see that this chord progression, now this takes time. You're gonna, if you don't know this, you'd like stare at that. But that video about the square of stitch / circle of fourths and fifths directs you on how to do it. But you want to stare at those pieces of paper and go, oh look, yeah, all these chords are in the parent key of F. We start on a D minor, you can say it's a D minor progression. But they're all in there. If you were to number the progression, it's 6. We're talking about in the parent key of F, it's a 6 to 3, back to 6 to 4, 1, 2, and 4. No, sorry, 5. My apologies. Okay, so it's all in there. Now, what does that do for us? Really, it doesn't do a lot. You're probably like, what are you doing? Well, a lot of people want to look at the key first. The key is because they think it's like super important to find the vocal melody. It might be, but we're talking about the realities of finding the vocal melody. You can flop around in F major / D minor scale for hours trying to hunt the melody. It's not really going to do anything for you. What we just did was give us peace of mind that, okay, we're in a key, creeping suspicion that the melody will use that F major / D minor scale to kind of move between important notes, but nonetheless, okay, we have that in our mind. Now, we don't want to focus too much on that. That's not how finding a vocal melody is done, but it's on everyone's mind when you're looking like what key we're in. So we have a key. Great. The thing that you want to do now, and to find, I know I talk a lot, but to find a vocal melody, there's two things you need. Confidence and being able to be vulnerable. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. All right, so vocals are 99% of the time based on the chord that is happening in the music. And this is a great strength of learning this. When you learn that melodies are developed by paying homage to the chord that is being played, or they are bound to the chord that's being played, you start to be able to do this a lot quicker. So let's take a look at what I mean. First chord is D minor. All right, we're confident that this is a D minor. Now we have to start being vulnerable. Now what we want to do is we just want to arpeggiate the notes of the D minor you're holding. Grab another D minor anywhere else and arpeggiate the same chord. It is 100% guaranteed that there is going to be 2 to 3 chord tones of that chord in the melody. Now, that's the confident part. You have to know that, all right? Now, the vulnerable part, you have to sing, all right? Am I the best singer in the world? No. Are you the best singer in the world? I don't know. You could be. But you can't be afraid to start like humming this stuff. So you want to sit and, so on top of the D chord, we have Jesus. And so we want to try and it's right there. See, those two notes, Jesus, they start to like, oh yeah, they sound familiar because they're in the chord. Jesus, do, Jesus, don't. And you're going, okay, creeping suspicion right now that the first 3 notes, Jesus, don't. And on the word cry, we go to the A minor, A, cry, and you have to, and even if you're not the best singer, your idea of where the note goes, up or down, is going to help, direct you and to find that chord tone. So you have your D minor here, and Jesus, no, Jesus, da, da. Okay, that's creeping suspicion. Da, da. It goes up. Okay, so I want to go up. Jesus, back down. Don't cry. So we're going to play A minor. Cry. Where's that note? There it is. So we have, that's in the A minor. Everything, all of your vocals are going to be on top of those chords. Without a doubt, this is how music works, and this is going to strengthen your idea of how simple music theory is. Like I said, that strung melodies are based on the chord tones, and now I have Jesus, don't cry. And it goes back to the D minor. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Jesus, don't cry. There's my note, 5th fret of the D, and back to D minor. This is what it takes. You need to be confident that the notes are going to be in the chord, and also a little bit of vulnerability that you got to kind of sing along and try to match. You can read, yeah. Don't cry. You can read. And then it goes to B flat. Let's see. Jesus, don't cry. Okay, so lie. Oh, okay, so there it is. Jesus, don't cry. You can rely. Oh, okay, so rely. So you start to put the pieces together, and this is what I want to say. And you're just watching this, probably bored off your mind. How is this done? But one reality that you'll see is that most catchy melodies are like 3 or 4 notes, mostly pentatonic, some diatonics, but they stay together. Unless you're Dave Matthews going like, where they're jumping around, you don't have to be scared that the notes can be jumping around. They're going to be close together. And so, you have this melody, da 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 da, and so, it sounds like a beautiful melody, and if you picture in your head, you can kind of see the directions. Da 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 da. You can kind of see like this wave occurring, and what I want to say by that is that they're going to be close by. Those notes are going to be close by. So you have your D minor notes, you have your A minor notes, back to D minor, and then you can rely, and then we go to the B flat. On me, there it is. On me, da 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 da. That's it. Nope. That's it. That note's in the B flat. And this is what it takes. I'm serious. It's not like a music theory. It's not like a computer. It's not like you have this dial and charts and stuff. It takes this time to do it. But once you get it, you have it. So you have there it is. Now, this is what I want to talk about. Sometimes you just want to move your fingers. Now, that's it. And the idea here is we use the chord tones to start finding those notes that are in the melody. And then now I've been playing guitar for over 30 years, right? So like my fingers kind of know where to move in the direction, up or down. But I wanted to show you what just happened there is the line just came together. Jesus. Now this was based on the chord tones. And then, honey, honey. I took a guess and I found it. There it is. So, boom. F. Boom. Okay, so now we're on F. You can come by. Now I'm up here. There it is. There's the note. Okay, so I'm playing a C-shaped F chord here. You do want to know lots of chord voicings. Check out my Caged primer playlist, my Caged masterclass. All that stuff is explained very easily, and you'll be able to understand the voicings. I'm trying to stay put to where I am in the melody. I picked up around the 5th fret. Great. It comes to an F chord. I played the F here when we started, but I need an F up here because the melody is still here. So, and this note, it's in the F, 7th fret. That's an A, just whoever's wondering. There it is. You can come by and you can come by and there it is. And like I said, this is what happens: is a confidence and a vulnerability. You don't have to. At first, you might have to figure out every note. Like if you're first starting this, right? Every note, and you might be. It's like daunting, but as you do this, you start to realize, now how many notes do we really have in this melody? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 notes in this melody, and it started with learning the chords. Looking at a key, just so you can say, okay, I have this key, but really that's not the important part. Then saying, okay, where are the notes and the vocals against this chord, finding them. And then, what was it? You can combine anything you want. There we go. And once you start to get it, your fingers start to memorize it. Now the chord tones and everything are gone. Now I have this standalone melody right here. And all I'm thinking about right now is fret numbers and what it feels like. I'm not thinking about the allegiance to the D minor chord or to the A minor chord, the F. I use that to derive my key moments of where those beats land. Now, usually I want to say, like, right when the chord lands, you know, right at that moment, usually there's a vocal that snaps together with it. It might be a little delayed, but all, you know, at the first change of chords, usually the vocal note matches those chord tones. And so that, I'm trying to, you know, beat over your head, you know, chord tones are the answer of every chord. But once you have that, now the melody snaps out. It just snaps out. So now we have this. There it is. All right, so I just made a loop of the chords on my looper, and I'm gonna play this melody to it. So first I'll play the chords with it so you can see it, then I'll do the melody. And yeah, okay, let's just do that. D minor, A minor, D minor, B flat, F, G minor, C. And now here we go. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm interested in what it sounds like with distortion, so I'm going to put my distortion on and just play. Now, actually, before I do that, I'll turn the distortion off. I want to explain what, like, other reasons. Now we have our vocal melody. If you want to take a solo now, like in this video here, where you're going to design a solo around the vocal melody, now we have it. Now you had your key before, and this is where the key comes in. It's like, okay, I want a solo. Okay, I'm not going to do it now, but that video that I just pointed to that was up here will explain how to take a vocal melody and then expand on it and bring it back and expand on it in a solo. But now we have the vocals for it, and it's a great reason to try and do this stuff. So now I'm just going to put on distortion, just because I want to see what it sounds like, and I'm going to play with it. Yeah, okay. All right. So, for Patreon members, you're going to watch me do it live, the chorus for this song, and we'll do it together. So that's the verse, and for the chorus, we will have, for Patreon, we'll have the chorus section. Now, when I was talking about this idea for the wife, now this is a long video, I know. When I was talking about the idea with my wife, we're coming up with ideas for songs, and she actually picked Jesus, etc., and she also picked the next one, which you probably will see if I edit it right in the beginning, which is The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson. Two totally different songs and two totally different chord progressions. So I'm going to make a loop of the chords for that, be back, and now we'll talk about doing a whole other melody, figuring out as best as possible with the same mentality, and seeing the results, all right? So just, you can pause it here and practice the Wilco, or, just keep on watching and we'll get into some Michael Jackson lead vocal stuff and show you how similar the process is with a totally different song. Stay there. All right, so we're back, and now we're doing like a totally different thing. Totally different song, trying to find the vocal melody, and I want to show this to you because I want to show you that the process works. Being confident, being vulnerable, knowing that the vocal line is based on the chords. Also, that it's a minimalistic, usually a minimalistic scale or note choices that repeats a lot of things. Just like we just did in Wilco, you can see there's a lot of repetition, only 5 notes in the whole melody, and so, okay, The Way You Make Me Feel. So. She wanted me to do this, and here we go. So when you look at the chords, now this is the first struggle that I had, is if you look the chords up, it says it's an E chord, E/D, which if you don't know theory, it's okay. I'm not gonna hit you over the head with it, but like, is it an E/D or is it just E to D? When I listen to the song, you have to make sure you have the right chord progression, and to me, the chord progression is E, D, E, D, back and forth, just like that, back and forth. So I kind of overruled some of the tabs or chords I saw. So definitely E to D in my mind, it works. And then it goes to A, to A to G. Oh my God, you guys are going to make me sing it, aren't you? All right. I'm not going to sing, I'm going to hum it, which, just to let you know, is part of the process. Okay, but I'm going to show you the chords, and then it goes to B. So this is the part about being vulnerable. Okay? Let me get my best Michael Jackson voice. Now I'm just going to kind of like stupid hum it. Here we go. So E to D. A to G. B. E. D. There, and back to E and D. All right. Okay. So we have that, and now it's like, okay, you can take, now if you were to look at what key we're in, now it gets a little sassy. All right, we're like, wait a second, we have E major, D major, G major, sorry, A major, G major, and B major. We don't really have like a standard key signature. It's all major chords moving. So now, just to let you know, like I said, like you can look a key up because everybody's mind is, oh, what key is it and what key it isn't. You know, and it's like, okay, well, we don't really have a key. So it's going to be very, very chord tone centric. And when you listen to the vocals, it's like, how is that chord tone centric? Michael Jackson. I'll show you. All right, so now, the confident part, that's the confidence part, all right? You know now that the chord tones are going to be really a big part of this melody. So now you have to kind of hum and find where the starting point is. And also, like I said, you want to play those chords in different places. So I kind of played, so I'm going to play them up here because Michael Jackson's voice is high, right? So I'm just going to, A to D here. Or you should. Those are kind of like the same chord. All right. G and A, G, or A to G, B. Sorry, B. Don't listen to me. Oh my gosh. All right. So now what you want to do is you want to arpeggiate the chords first. You just want to get all those notes in your head. I can already hear notes coming. All right, and then so let's just start with the E to D part. So, and you got to try your best. Now, if you can't sing, and I mean, like I can't sing, but if you humming and really try to get those chords. Once you find the note in the chord, your voice, you're gonna go boom. Oh, there it is. Like it's right there. So there's my E chord. There it is. All right, and there's my D chord. Pretty baby. That's it right there. It's interval-wise 1 5 1 major third. All right, that's the major third of the chord. Pretty baby with the... Now I'm moving too much here. I kind of want to try and stay still. Actually, I'm gonna bring it into the. So you see, so let me show you what's happening right there. I just have the first two chords going back and forth, and my brain is starting to put the notes of the song or the melody together. So I have like pretty baby with the down here. So there's an E chord tone. There it is, right there. Okay, so just to show you, this takes time, and you might need a half hour for this, and that's fine. And I'm not trying to insult you. I needed half hours and hours when I first started doing this. The more you do this, find the chord progression, trust in the chords, start plucking those notes and singing along, you're going to find the vocal melody. And again, it's going to teach you so much about music, so much about phrasing. We'll talk about phrasing. So, that's it. So it's three notes. Oh gosh. This is the vulnerable part. Now, so let me show you what's going on in my brain here. The notes go high. I'm bringing this chord down low, so I'm not gonna be able to find those chord tones. So I want to bring the chord up high. There's the D here. There it is. And now like intuition's taking over. There it is. There's the note. You hear it. You move in that direction. One higher. Let me try. This is the vulnerable part. Let me just try. There it is. All right. So I'm gonna make this decision here, okay? I'm gonna play that with the backing track for a second. The second part, A and G, we'll do that on Patreon because just to show, I'll do that live, and I'm gonna show you how to finish that up because this video is already long enough. But let's just talk about what happened. It is so underwhelming in concept, right? And how do you figure out vocal melody? Well, it's chord tones, you gotta be vulnerable, you gotta sing along, but once you get it, and you don't forget it. And that all rhymed. But the idea is, now I have this melody. Okay, so now, a couple things. It helps you with your singing. Some of you are going, no, don't, because of the way I'm doing it. But it helps you with your singing. It helps you with phrasing, because I want to talk about this. You know, you are now, playing someone else's melody, and you're not playing it as if you wrote it. You're trying to carbon copy it. So, staccato, holding notes. Trying to really get the most out of the vocals by playing with the dynamics. Is it a short note? Is it a long note? Is it tied to the rhythm? This helps you become a better guitar player because you're playing things you've never played before and you're figuring them out organically. So I just want to make a video on how you find the vocal melodies to songs. Now, what you do with it is you can sit and play it like this. Here, I have the backing track I recorded. I'm going to put on some distortion. You can sit and... And you can play instrumental at a club, right? You can put that in your solos, but now you have that vocal melody, and it makes you so much of a stronger musician when you realize that all of the melodies come from the chord tones. There are usually not too many notes. They usually stay together, so you can feel free to kind of like have an inkling and move your fingers around. And so go and try this out, this method, with finding out your own songs. If you want to practice this stuff, we're going to practice the chorus to Wilco. We're going to practice more of the Michael Jackson thing as well, and maybe another song on Patreon, but you can do this. This is the process. And the idea is, I want to leave you, don't get too frustrated with it. If you can't do it, walk away and come back. Trust in playing the chords, picking the chord tones out, letting your intuition help guide which way your fingers go, and kind of humming. And that's it. That's all it takes. That's it. I will stop talking. Thank you so much for being here. What a long, weird lesson.